Now on Bounds, a woman who experienced depression and anxiety for 17 years felt so compelled to give back to her community that she started a nonprofit. And now Girls to Women is bringing awareness to mental illness right here in Charlotte. I want to welcome the founder, Lynette Smith. She also brought with her Lachelle Hines, who has her own story of surviving mental illness. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And thank you for having the courage to speak up and to share your stories. I appreciate it, and we're looking forward to hearing from you tonight. First to you, Lynette, how are you using Girls to Women to raise awareness about mental illness?
Well, I started Girls to Women in August of 2017 from battling my own depression and anxiety. So I decided to have a luncheon called a Sip and Tea Luncheon, where we will have some therapists, counselors, just come together and have lunch and get more awareness out about this monster, because it's just really taken over our community.
And a lot of people don't like to talk about it. I know particularly in the Black community, mental illness is seen as a stigma.
That's right.
And folks don't want to talk about it, so you
Taboo topic.
Right.
That's right.
It is a taboo topic. You're so right. You started this organization after realizing so many people were suffering from depression. Talk about that.
Yes. I started it because when I was going through, I always felt like I was the only one going through at that time. And when I was able to come out of it, the peace that I felt so compelled to give back, to try to help others talk about it. And so I started talking to different women, different young girls, and they started telling me, oh, I'm going through the same thing. And that's when I was like, I really need to start an organization where these women can come out, these young girls can come out and feel comfortable about talking about what they're going through without being judged, but most of all feel the support.
So 17 years
Yes.
you suffered from this.
Yes.
How bad did it get at your lowest point?
It got really bad. I had anxiety attacks more than one a week. One time I passed out in my bathroom from an anxiety attack. I had to be prescribed 600 milligrams of Seroquel because I was just really going through it so bad, where I just literally like slept a year straight, and I don't even remember what happened because the medicine is so strong to kind of calm my, my mind from just thinking so much.
How did you ultimately start the road to recovery?
One day, I read my daughter's diary. I have a 14-year-old daughter, and I read her diary, and she said that she thought that her mom was in the bed dead because I wasn't moving. And she didn't know what to do, and it just really crushed my soul. And I was like, I can't do this anymore because I have 2 children and I have to live for them. And I just made this drastic change that this cannot be anymore.
So talk about the symptoms of depression and anxiety.
The symptoms of depression would be you don't really want to go out, you don't want to talk to anybody. There's many days I didn't want to come out of my room. I had black curtains in my window. It just was like a dark cloud following me all the time. And the anxiety attacks that I had, it was just heart palpitations, just really feeling like I just needed to take off and run, and just really didn't know where I was going to, just fear, just at, a great capacity.
Lachelle, I want to bring you into the conversation. When did you realize that you were dealing with mental illness?
At the age of 4, I was diagnosed with a mental illness.
Wow. So
the mental illness carried on. I didn't acknowledge the mental illness until 2014. Before then, I was just a person that stayed isolated to myself all the time. I always made sure that everyone had what they needed instead of taking care of myself. So at the age of 44, I decided to commit suicide. And I took over 200 pills. And I went to an area just to go ahead and die because I was tired. And I just felt like all the pressure in life was on me, and I couldn't handle it anymore. And after that, someone found me. I later went to a mental institution for about a month. And from there, I've been on the road of recovery.
So some 40 years.
Yes.
Before you decided to, and so it's that crippling. I mean, I imagine that this impacted your daily life a great deal.
Yes. I always felt that I wasn't good enough at anything that I did. I always felt that people were out to get me. it was always I was always in a frantic, trying to live life regularly.
And talk about where you are today.
Right now, today, I am recovered. I'm recovering because at any second, you could always go back to where you were. But I do receive counseling. I have a psychiatrist, I have a therapist, and I have a supportive family. My husband has been my backbone 100% from day one. And the way that I handle my depression now, I talk about it, I spread the word, I acknowledge some of the signs and symptoms from other people, and I have started a jewelry business called Envision Creation that helps me stay focused on what I'm here for. So.
And Girls to Women has helped you.
Girls to Women has helped me a whole lot. She checks on me every day almost, and she's always there if I need someone to talk to. So I'm looking forward to the event on Saturday also.
So, full disclosure, Lynette reached out to me via email and said, you know, I'm not looking for money donations. I just want to raise awareness and get the word out about what you're doing. And you guys have a sipping tea luncheon coming up actually this weekend that's going to spotlight on mental illness. And the feedback has been so incredible that you're sold out.
Yes,
so
we are.
That's got to be really exciting.
It's overjoyed. I'm just so happy. The main thing is to get this awareness out there to help someone get to where we are. You know, it's just such a dire need for it, and we just want to help someone, and so it's going to be so amazing. I'm spotlighting 5 women, 2 teenagers. I have a 13-year-old and a 12-year-old, and we're also spotlighting 5 women, and we're just going to come out and really enjoy, have lunch, and come together and build a great support system for these women.
If people want to know more information about Girls to Women, where do they need to go?
They can go to www.girlstowomenincorporated.com.
Okay. All right. So you see it right there, Girls to Women. Why the TOO?
I chose TOO because a lot of times when you think of depression, anxiety, you think of adulthood because of the different life challenges that we go through. But we fail to forget that children go through this too. Young girls go through this too. I went through low self-esteem when I was a child because I was bullied a lot, and it kind of grew into my adulthood. So I wanted to reach back and help young girls too, so that they wouldn't have to have it grow into their adulthood.
So we have put the link to Girls to Women on WBTV.com. Be sure to look in the Web Extra section. It's right on the homepage. Lynette and Lachelle, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Not only for being here tonight, but for your candor and for sharing your stories. You could have very easily said, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Thank you so much.
So thank you for sharing. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
We have much more coming up on WBTV News on Bounce after the break.